You never know what you might find in a thrift store for basic survival. Y'all don't see me talk about it. You might need your tent, whatever. But check this out. Come on, walk with me now. Gonna see what we got up in here. What I might be interested in. All right, let's walk. Ain't this cute? For Halloween, Black Panther man. 299. All right, what else we got up in here? What is this? What is this right here? That, I don't know what that is. You can use it for some. Mm-hmm. They got all type of stuff you may need for your basic survival needs, y'all. Mm-hmm. Oh, I be needing all type of little bags. How much is that? $3.99. They also run sales on this little stuff too. What is that? Mm-hmm. Oh, see, the thrift store. Never know what you may find. Because it may come back down to it. Now, ain't that cute? Uh-huh. Oh, that's cute. Mm-hmm. That's cute. What's the name? What? Mm-hmm. So look, picture frames, huh? Oh, you know people still use picture frames, really? I always come in these little stores, y'all, because you don't know what you might see that you can use. Damn sure can use these for your barbecue utensils need. We talking about basic survival here. That's cute. $1.99. I might get me one of those. It's got the spoons, all that little stuff in it. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Let's see what else. Alright. So when we talking about basic survival, we talking about stuff that you might can get for a little bit nothing. You don't never know what's gonna happen with all this chaos going on. Got some pans here. Check this out. Yeah, that did. That's a nice one right there. Little pots and pans. Mm-hmm. Good frying pans and skillets. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a heavy duty right here, y'all. That's heavy duty. Mm-hmm. $4.99. That's some of that. Pop, pop, pop. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now this is a good one right here. God dang, now that's solid. That's solid. That's solid right there, y'all. I like this. How much they ask for this? They ain't got a price on this. This is $4.99. That ain't bad. That's the heavy duty. And it's still. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Walking on down to electronics. Oh, we got all that camera. Like a little camera bag. Little purses and stuff. Shoes. That's actually what I want to look at was the antique What's up, y'all? Yeah, yes, up, yes, up. Y'all fucking with me on this journey. Now, these some nice paints right here. Check these paints out. Nice little paint. Nice pepper. Mm-hmm. That's nice. Mm. Oh, there's nice paint in here too. Yeah, maybe an older one, but Pepper Fisher Jet Pro 8620. Mm-hmm. I got they put these over here. Shit, if I had that money. See, you never know what you might find in here that you could use, y'all, for basic survival. Ain't that cute? I remember seeing one of these things. Oh, this is like a telescope. Check this out. Okay. A tripod. A tripod. There is one for this. That's for the telescope tripod, I believe. Could use one of these little bags. $8. Let's see. Green and yellow. That's cute. Mm-hmm. Oh, now check this paint now. Check this paint out, y'all. That's cute. I like that. I can't even really get it to see them. I have to pick it up. I can see it now. I like that. That's nice. Sleeping bag. See? See what you may have to have something like that. Now, I don't know who done slept on that, but you never know. Nah. What that is? Oh, a little sleeping bag. And here's what I like to look at is the electronics. Because you never know. Back to survival, you can come like to these little thrift stores and find a lot of the stuff that you may have to use. What's that? Man, ain't got no. How you doing? All right. No, you good. You good. You good. Yeah, all the devices in here. I looked at one of the George Foreman grills. Yep, that's nice. Eating fat grilling machine, $16.99. Mm-hmm. That's cute. Whipped wine expensive. Wait a minute, I'm looking at this for a minute. And this one. Ooh. I think this is like a, I don't know what this is. I think it's like a, yeah, you got to plug one of the things in. I think you can like just cook a little something on these. I like that. Mm-hmm. And it takes the plug in right there. Mm-hmm. Little crock pot. The VCR. Yeah, VCR. I don't know what that is. Oh, digital MP3 player. Mm-hmm. Old copper cook machine. That's nice. Mm-hmm. They got a lot of good little stuff. They got a lot of good little stuff you can find in the thrift store for basic survival, y'all. So, yeah, I'm glad y'all tuned in today. Take this little walk with me. And we're going to stop at a couple more. Check out what they got. How about this? Mm-hmm. Really? Mm. Whoops. Well, y'all just tuning in. Y'all tuning in with your girl, Little Lady Blue, on the Basic Survival channel. L's up, L's up. What I just did was walk y'all through a thrift store kind of on how when you come to Basic Survival needs and stuff like that. Make sure y'all watch, like, and subscribe to the channel now. Some things you can find for Basic Survival. You can find them in the thrift stores. You can, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to go nowhere and back nothing expensive. But with the things happening, the way things are happening, I decided this morning to get up and walk with y'all through a couple of them here in the M-Town. You know, they have sometimes little carousel lamps and stuff like that. They had that stuff, you know, into the little, what you can buy, you know, little than nothing. Y'all saw the sleeping bags and stuff, right? Y'all saw the sleeping bags. They have sleeping bags. They have all type of pots, pans, and stuff like that. They have some good things in some of the thrift stores. Because in today at City Thrift here, they got 50% Veterans Day off. November 11th, I think it lasted in. So you can get a lot of that stuff 50% off. You see what I'm saying? They got a little sale that's lasting. So if y'all just tuning in, Basic Survival channel, I talk about a lot of things with the Basic Survival. And of course, we talked about how if the shutdown happened, how some people might, you know, you never know. You're going to need things that you can survive off of. So today, I kind of want to walk y'all through. Oh, Nelly. They be rolling out here, y'all. Hold on, let me get this thing bagged up. So I just walked y'all through a basic survival in some of the thrift stores where you don't have to. A lot of your older stuff, you can go into the thrift stores and find a lot of your little older stuff that you may need, from pots, pans to, you know, antiques, all type of antiques be in these thrift stores. Cause you never know. With basic survival, we talked about the government shut down and stuff. Being people gonna be, you're gonna need you. It's no need to go nowhere and mob and steal and stuff like that. You can find a lot of good little stuff in the thrift stores. Cause see, we're talking about survival here. We're talking about survival. So when you talk about survival, they had a lot of little pots and pans. I won't try to talk too loud, y'all, because I don't like to be a disturbance in the store. But they got a lot of little pots and pans and stuff like that that you can go in there and look at, and maybe, you know, if you're interested in. There's a couple more thrift stores. I'm gonna go down to a couple more of these, and then I'll take y'all on my next journey. Just let you ride with me today on the basic survival, because we're talking about basic survival, things you may just need, even in the pawn shops. Y'all know about some of the pawn shops. You know what I'm saying? You can find a lot of little things on basic survival. Sometimes they had a little older carousel lamps, like I said. You can find them little things like that, little than nothing. Some of them have antique, like I said, pots and pans and sleeping bags and tents and stuff like that. Anything that y'all can need or use for basic survival. You see what I'm saying? Y'all better think about some of these thrift stores and some of these pawn shops, because some people just get rid of that stuff, or they've gotten rid of it because they didn't have nothing else, you know what I'm saying, to do with it. A lot of people done passed away, and then they just got rid of some of their stuff. But some of their pots and stuff, you never know what type of pots and pans you may find. I mean, you talking about the real iron skillets, you know what I'm saying, antique skillets and stuff, you know. They say a diamond can come in the form of a rock. But if you shine that diamond up, if you shine that rock up, as they say, or y'all know what I'm trying to say, it could be a shining diamond. So you never know what you may find. Some people say, I never take somebody else's stuff. Well, if things get as bad as they starting to talk about with cutting these food stamps and stuff like that, y'all, you don't know what you may have to do. So basic survival, meaning that, you know, as when we grew up, we didn't have a lot of money, and we didn't have a lot of things. So my mom went to a lot of these thrift stores, pawn shops. She went to a lot of secondhand and washed, cleaned them up, and polished them up, and it worked just fine. Some of that stuff was so in good a shape, you couldn't tell if it was new or used. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't tell if it was new or used. So make sure y'all watch, like, and subscribe to the Basic Survival channel. I got a lot of little videos on here that you can watch dealing with basic survival. No matter what it is, you're surviving. Some of them funny, some of them is, you know, whatever. You'll be able to see out. I'm sorry, I got a bad from probably doing something that I shouldn't have been doing, which is having to do with smoking cigarettes. I got to cut that a little bit down, a little bit. Y'all know me. Ain't good for you. But so I'm gonna take you in a couple of these thrift stores. Like I said, we just left one. That was like the city thrift, and they had a lot of good little stuff in there. Like I said, you never know what you can find in these thrift stores or pawn shops. They have a lot of good stuff that you may be interested in. You can't maybe even go to the store and get it. You may have to get it from you know, wherever you can get it from, and polish it up, y'all, and polish it up, if that makes sense. If you're just tuning in with your girl, Little Lady Blue just got up this morning and went on my little thing. Y'all saw a little bit on there. I couldn't get everything like I wanted. I just showed you a little bit about some of the stuff that you can find in the thrift stores for your basic survival needs. And, you know, you hear stories about people running in, looting stores and stuff like that, when there's so much other stuff you can do to go around it, to get around it, if that makes sense. You can prepare for anything that happens. You see what I'm saying? You can look around. People got all type of little like I said, in these thrift stores, they got all type of little old stuff that you can use, what they used back in. One of them that I went in, they had an old, it was an old stove. Now it was like it wasn't even, it was a wooden stove. If anybody remember the wooden stoves, they had one in the thrift store. Well, you didn't have to worry about electricity stoves, because they said electricity stoves give a lot of people what they call, they said it used to give you cancer and all that stuff from the radiation and stuff like that. So back in the days, the older people used to use what they call wood stoves. If anybody know anything about wood stoves, if you do, you can put that in the comment section. If you know anything about the wood stoves, a lot of y'all might not be old enough to know about that. But back in the days, they used to use wood stoves where they were cooking stuff off of them. Well, a lot of these little thrift stores, you're going to find a lot of little throwbacks. Stuff that they had from the older days, antiques and stuff, which will still work today. It won't cost you nothing. It'll do the same job that a lot of the new stuff would do, and probably be more healthier for you. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm saying? So I'm glad y'all was able to walk through that little thrift store with me. And we're talking about basic survival. Now, this is another little thrift store that I like to go to. And I look around, they have a lot of little stuff in there that, you know what I'm saying, where you can go in and check out and get little, then nothing. Cost you nothing. Here, what you will pay, you'll end up saving probably $100 in one of your thrift stores. If you take it home, if it's in good enough shape, clean it up, and what they call it, bacteria down, you know what I'm saying, bleach it down, shine that diamond up, you're going to have you a diamond with a lot of these little findings and stuff that you find in the thrift stores. So you saw in that one, they had pictures of paintings, nice paintings. And one lady, she went into the thrift store. She found a painting that was worth, they said like $25,000. They said it was worth $25,000, but they were selling it for like maybe about $10 or $15, because a lot of people don't even know. They don't even know what they have or what they're giving away. You know what I'm saying? They just probably get rid of a lot of that stuff and don't know the value of that stuff. They had a show one time on one of them things where people were finding something, they was taking it to this show, and the show was appraising that stuff, telling them exactly what they found at a thrift store, what it was really worth, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, and you would have been surprised. You would have been surprised if you would have known, what it was really worth. So when you're talking about basic survival, you're talking about a way to use some of the things that they used yesterday for today's time that would do the same job that it did yesterday, and gonna cost you less money. Ways that they survived yesterday may be even more healthier for you today. So say for instance, if the lights go out or anything, if they got carousel lamps and stuff like that, you can find a lot of them carousel lamps in these thrift stores and stuff like that. Does that make sense, y'all? Does that make sense? Okay. Well, check this out. There was one of them that we walked through, but we're going to get ready to walk through this other one. And I'm just going to film a little bit, and y'all just check it out as I film and pick up a little things just to show you kind of what they got. And just think about that when we're dealing with basic survival. How to survive off of things that people may have used. It may seem old or it may seem less valued, but they serve the same purpose. And we never know with things happening and stuff shutting down. You can't go to the stores and get what you need and all this and that. You may have to dip back into something like this and invest in stuff like this. Like I said, they got sleeping bags. Shit, they got all type of things that you may need to survive, if that makes sense. And you don't have to pay as much money. So that's one reason I do go and try to pick the pretty most decent thrift stores to go into. And they have some good stuff, whether it's the outlet, veteran store, or whatever. So check this out, yeah. We're gonna walk through this in a minute. I'll read the part, and I'll let y'all look a little bit, and then you make that decision and think about what I said. Make sure you watch, like, and subscribe to my little Basic Survival channel. I got some great videos on there for you to check out and enjoy. on surviving whatever. Because basic survival deals with whatever: food, water, shelter, living, anything that you're going to survive off of. If that makes sense. So check this out, y'all. We gonna walk in here a little bit. Y'all ready? All right. What I got left on here? Uh, ain't got much left. So check this out. We gonna walk in here, y'all. We're gonna check out some of the little items they have. If y'all interested, like I said, think about it. Basic survival. And if it cuts off before we get through, just make sure that may be something y'all think about doing. You know? Oh, good morning. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
All right.
But that's what he told me. He's like, the time that had brought me.
Oh. Oh. It's an old record player right here. It's old. Oh my God. That ain't no antique. I paid. Greenwood. Never heard of it. It's an old record. Mm-hmm. That's one too. I think I remember these Kenwoods record players. Oh my God. Oh, that brought back some memory. Mm-hmm. Curlers. I mean, y'all remember curlers, y'all. They got some great little hair curlers. Mm-hmm. Blow dries. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's one of the things you can plug it like a transformer. I guess. Yeah, you can plug something up, and I guess that's what they. I don't know what the hell that is. Transformer. I don't know what that is. Mm-hmm. That's an old movable jacket. Look like, oh God, I haven't seen one of them and I don't know when. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, same with grill. Little grill for $6. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the same little grill right there too. Oh, it's this. This electric used item. What is this? Oh, it's a coffee. Like a coffee. You can brew coffee. Now, that's nice. That's nice. Mm-hmm. Boy, this take you back right here. That take you back. Oh yeah, some nice printers. What's the name printers? That's a nice one right there. I think I got that one at the house. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at this thing right here. See, you ain't got no transportation. Get you one of these and you can roll. $49. Mm-hmm. Oh, they even got something for your what's name hose. Mm-hmm. Oh, you got a lot of little antiques. You can check out here, even for cars. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Even the Christmas tree. authentic. It's a nice one though. That's cute. $4.98 for that little table. So everybody, make sure y'all watch, like, subscribe to the channel Bs.Bs. Show. I'm getting ready to look around a little bit more because I might actually find something that I'm interested in. But check this out. I'm gonna be back on this thing in a little while. Make sure y'all watch, like, subscribe, and tune in. Wait a minute, they got some good, pretty good stuff in there. Let me look and see.